Today on Famous Criminals, we're talking about two brothers, two men that came out the same vagina and grew up to become Instagram clout chasers. Mainly, I'm talking about Young Foreign Kid. Now let's check out a few of his songs.
That I'm a fucking pure sheep. You do what I do, I'm who you trying to be.
Don't do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B.
You copy me, I know where you at, but you ain't finding me.
Bet you niggas won't come cross the street. Pardon me.
You make it up, I be making wreck. We are obviously.
Yo, so this one sounds really familiar when he says, I'm who you wanna be, you copy me. Bodak Yellow, remember that song? He copied the entire flow. It's funny because Bodak Yellow ripped off the flow from No Flockin', but trust me, Young Foreign Kid, nobody's trying to copy you. This next one is him and his brother, or his sidekick.
Bitch, go dig your mans up. Don't bother where we stay. They call me Fine Nine. If you want smoke, I'm in this bitch. Let's get it lit. AR pistol on my side, that baby chopper in my fist. Aim up, call me OD, bitch. I get it out the mud. Had to show 'em what it is.
And some of the lyrics say, dig your mans up. If you want smoke, I got a pistol. Then his sidekick, Odd Hunt, comes in talking about how he's getting it out the mud, which means he came from the bottom. Young Foreign Kid makes hardcore ghetto gangster music. It's safe to assume that he comes from the trenches of New Orleans because that's what he says. Obviously, he grew up in a one-room tool shed with 9 other people outside of a dog food factory. This family was so poor that they couldn't even afford top ramen, and they had to settle for cup noodles. They learned how to speak from watching wrestling VHSs that they shoplifted from thrift stores. He didn't want to turn to the street life. He just had to because he was hungry. That's when him and his brother started selling narcotics at a kingpin level. Now that they have enough money, they argue with 15-year-olds on Instagram Live.
I don't even care about what you talk about, honestly. I don't care to listen to it because you're so irrelevant to me. You're not fucking weird. You a dweeb. You a fucking nerd. Like, you probably get bullied in school. You got these big ass, fucking long ass size 13 ass vans. I'm about to get on you tonight.
I'ma make a group
I know
chat.
you a virgin.
Being able to escape the street life is quite the accomplishment. Alright, so here's the truth. Their dad is white and the mom is Filipino. That means that they're biracial.
I'm biracial.
These two come from an affluent neighborhood and their mother owns a successful restaurant in New Orleans. And this is the nice ass house that they grew up in, which is worth about $400,000. Despite claiming New Orleans, which is one of the most dangerous cities in the United States, they actually grew up in Destrehan, Louisiana, which doesn't even touch New Orleans. It's over 30 minutes away. This city is safe, and not that it matters, but it's also mostly white people that live there. Young Foreign Kid kinda looks like a waiter in this graduation pic, maybe because he is a waiter at his mom's restaurant. And guess what? She owns the building, and he's probably gonna inherit this 6-figure business. In other words, he has more opportunity than 90% of Americans, but he still feels like he's gotta act gangsta and pretend like he came from poverty when he clearly didn't. Their mom gave them some tough love. In this post, she said she's proud of all her kids except for Odd Hunt because he didn't graduate. I'm not that type of parent to be like, I'm more proud of some of my kids than the others. And this is Odd Hunt's old Instagram profile. Odd Hunt was able to get a car for a sweet 16, and check out this progression pic. Damn, bro, you're massive. What type of protein powder do you use? I see why he carries a gun, because this Slim Jesus isn't beating down anyone. There's nothing tougher than arguing with people that are 10 years younger than you.
It has 80 million.
Bitch, your name is a fucking store, you stupid bitch. A fucking a parade, stupid ass boy, gay ass name, boy.
Look up my name. Look up my.
Your mother worked hard her whole life for you to squander any opportunity you once had. And for the love of God, please get rid of those braids. You look like a female MMA fighter, except for you're not as built, you're not as tall, and your clitoris probably isn't as thick. Odd Hunt doesn't actually work at the restaurant. He is an HVAC technician. Nothing wrong with that. It's just why you put on some gangster image when you could be honest. And one more thing, Young Foreign Kid got arrested It says that he's 24 years old, about to be 25, and the song he released a month ago, he says that he's only 23. Yo, so I avoided doing this video because I feel like I made it over and over again with Lil Pyru, Lil Jidman, Matty G's. It's almost a cliche from my channel. Somebody who puts on a tough gangster image, but actually had a comfortable, if not lavish upbringing. It's safe to say that you always want to be something that you're not. The grass is always greener on the other side. And it's interesting to me that these two guys come from a rich small town, but they put on a facade of being broke ghetto kids from Louisiana. What's the point of moving away from a big city, putting your kids in a good school, keeping them away from the streets just for them to get tattoos, braids, and start rapping like they've endured some kind of hardship? The truth is, despite having the opportunities to go to college, own property, work hard just like their mother did, lack of intelligence and work ethic prevented them from being productive members of society. And since they've underachieved, they want to make excuses and pretend like they never had anything handed to them when they've had everything handed to them. One day they're going to be 40 years old at some bar trying to tell some chicks that they used to get 20K views on YouTube and that they had 5K followers on Instagram. That was the peak of their entire lives. I want nothing but the best for these two guys. And if I could say one final word, when I started this channel and I was talking about Instagram clout chasers, it's obvious that the Island Boys were the ones I was most interested in, and they were the ones that made it. They were the main characters all along. Now that they've made it and they don't go live anymore, it's not the same. And to be honest, the whole scene of people, it might not be completely dead, but it's definitely not what it used to be 6 months ago. Anyway, if you like my thumbnail, it was created by Young and Millie. This is his Instagram. I'm out, bitches.